Hello friends, in this video tutorial we discuss about the filter config interface. An object of the filter config interface is used to get the or retrieve the information from the configuration file web.xml file. Let's see with the practical. I am here using the Eclipse ID and first I click on the file and then new and take a dynamic web project and simply I giving here my project name as a filter config demo 1 filter config demo 1 and then click on the next and check the generate web.xml deployment descriptor and then click on the finish. Look here, this is my project displayed under the project explorer and first I right click on the web.content and click on the new and take a HTML file and I delete it and write simply here the index.html. I am simply giving my file name as index.html and then click on the next and then finish. My file is open here and simply I take the form tag and giving here the action equal servlet1 and then close it. Simply I taking here the pre tag and I write here simply user ID and input type equals to text, giving here the name as a username and then close it. And simply I write here the email ID and input type equal email and name equal email and then close it. I am here using the email because I want to take the email ID, so I am taking the input type as email. And here I am taking the input type equal submit and value equal submit and then close it and then save it. My index.html is created and after that I explore the Java resources and right click on the src and take a new. From here I select the filter, giving my filter name as a filter 1 and then click on the next and then next and then finish. Okay, and this is my filter class created here. My filter class is filter1 and this is implements the filter interface and this is the constructor of my filter1 and here the filter interface has a destroy method and here is the do filter method and do filter method after that init method. I detail describe all these methods. Look here, this is the init method and init method execute when the user requests at the first time and initialize the configuration file, configuration object and do filter method is called every request of the user and destroy method is called after destroying the object and at last and simply I declare here the filter config object as a config and save it. Come into the init method and here I write this dot config equal fconfig means Look here, this is the filter config interface, and fconfig is the object of the filter config, and I want to pass the object information to this config information. So I write here this dot config equal fconfig, and come into the do filter method, and simply I write a class print writer, and object declare here the print writer class as out, and I write here the response dot get writer, and then semicolon. Print writer class getting errors because here need to import the java.io package, and simply I import, and here I am declaring a variable string email equal request dot get parameter, and simply I am giving my parameter name as a email, and then terminated with semicolon. The get parameter method of the HTTP request simply return the value of this parameter, and this parameter simply we are getting from the index.html from the here, and the value of email is stored into the email variable, and in the next line I am again declaring a variable email id equal request simply I want to get the information from the web.xml file, so I write here the config dot get init parameter, and simply I write here the email id, and then terminated with the semicolon. Look here, the filter config have a method get init parameter, and take as argument the parameter name, and here I am passing the parameter name as a email id, and return the value of this parameter into this variable email id, and I am giving here the condition if email dot index of email id greater than 0, then I simply cut this statement and paste here. Look here, means the variable email is a string type, and string have a method index of, and taking an argument, and here I am passing the argument as an email id. If it check the value and return the index greater than 0, on that case the condition is true, and do filter method send the control to servlet 1, because I want to define all the information into the configuration files, and then else, and simply I write here out.print, and giving here the heading S3 label, and then close it, and I write here you have not Gmail ID, please create it. Okay, and then save it. So first we need here to declare a servlet, and simply I right click on the src, click on the new, and take a servlet, and I simply write my servlet name as a servlet 1, and then click on the next and finish. My servlet is created here, and simply I comment this line, and here inside the do get method I comment this information, and copy the print writer statement and paste into the filter, into the doGet method of the servlet, and simply I write here out.print, and taking here the S3 label heading, and then close it, and simply I write here you have successfully come because you have Gmail ID, and then save it. Okay, my servlet code is done, and simply I explode the web content, wave enough, and explode the web.xml file, and I delete all the information, and simply I am using here the servlet tag to provide the servlet information, and simply I write here the servlet name as servlet1, and servlet class as a servlet1. You can give any name to the servlet name. I am simply giving here the servlet1, and here the servlet class tag, and servlet class tag must be provide the servlet name. If you are not giving the servlet class name here, or you are giving any other servlet name, or you are giving any other name, then it got error. So simply you need, or you must to provide the servlet name, and I simply taking another tag servlet mapping, and within the servlet map I am using the servlet name. My servlet name is giving you the servlet1, and URL pattern as a slash servlet1, and after that I am using here the filter tag. Within the filter I simply provide the filter name, and simply I am giving my filter name as f1, and filter class as a filter1. You can give any name to the filter name, but you must provide the filter class as a filter class name, and after that I am using here the init param tag to provide the parameter name, and I am simply using the parameter param name, and giving my param name as a email ID, and giving here the param value, and my param value as @gmail.com. okay, and then save it. Okay, and here I am using the filter mapping, and giving here the filter name as f1, and URL pattern as servlet1, servlet1, and then save it. Look here, we are talking about the init param, and the param name as a email ID, and param value at the @gmail.com. That here you look here, I am commenting here and write here the simply getting the information from config file web.xml, and look here I am giving my parameter name as a email ID, and this method return the value, and the value is @gmail.com stored into the email ID, and this variable email have an index of method, and this index of method check that @gmail.com into this email, and if find the index greater than 0, then it simply using do filter method, send the control to filter servlet 1, and if the condition is false, then this statement will execute. And I simply save it, come into this part and right click and run it, and then finish. Okay, it is taking little time to start the server, and first the index.html displayed into the browser, and where you need to pass the user ID and email ID. Okay, and it is taking time. Look here you need to provide the user ID, and simply I am giving here the RAM, my user ID, and email ID as a abc@gmail.com, and then click on the submit. Okay, you have successfully come because you have Gmail ID, and I come and simply I type here hotmail.com and then submit. You have not Gmail ID, please create it. Means here I am restricting the user. The user have Gmail accounts, then they are able to go to servlet 1, and if the user have not Gmail ID, then they are not able to go to the servlet 1, and simply print the message, you have not Gmail, please create it. And all these possible with the help of config, with the help of filter config. Thank you friend, please subscribe my channel and like my video, and please comment on my video. Thanks a lot.